So
Yeah.
so I first met Josh over the phone when he had a deal in Arizona. Then he wanted my advice on. Fortunately, I lost a bunch of money on that deal in Arizona. That was probably one of the worst deals I had done, and it was a bane of my existence for a little while. But it created this relationship, and in exchange, he bought like $1,000 ticket the next year. And so
I was a little
almost the
nervous
same.
coming that year after that deal because of the amount of money you lost on that deal. That I was like, oh,
You're like, am I allowed to go on this?
yeah.
We're all big boys.
Somebody scraped that property and still in it was like, yeah,
We should have scraped the property. All right, go ahead.
All right. This is my first time ever doing this, so bear with me. From fear of failure to habit-driven success. You know, hearing Matt hearing Matt talk just now about like fear. Yeah. How many of us right here in this room, no matter what level of a producer you are or whatnot, deal with fear? Fear. Yeah, everybody. Fear in our business, fear for whatever. This was gonna say inspirational quote, and I wasn't gonna do an inspirational quote, but this is not an I heard this guy speak last week. Maybe he didn't get about him. It's into that. A guy had he goes and says speech impediment, and this was like years ago. It like derailed his life. He was this poor kid that was growing up and would just like not speak because he could not speak because his speech impediment was so bad. But he ended up hiring a speech pathologist and still has a stuttering problem. But through 10 years of work with this speech pathologist, the liver problem, was spiraling last week. And he found out fear. Every single person deals with fear. Okay. Everybody. The only difference between the people that go on and do something are the people that take that fear and push through it and knowing that they have it and still moving forward. So in 2024, let's see here. Okay. In 2024, gosh. 2024, it was my first year here. Anybody remember that area? I'm a big crybaby. Yeah. I showed up with just invigorated to want to be a successful realtor, and this is why. Rare. This is my family, my wife, and my 3 children. Because this right here is why I commit to what I do to be successful. And every single person here has a why. And what I've learned to do with my why is to peel so deep into your why so that when you are facing moments of fear, you go back to your why. I love that that pulls tears out of your eyes because you want to change their health. So for those that don't know, I beatbox. I at one point in my life, I wanted to be like a professional beatboxer, and you know, last night actually, I ended up getting up on a stage at a little secret hip hop show, and beatbox with a guy freestyle battling. How about I that? But this was my identity when I became a real Peruvian. Oh. So, like, when I became a realtor, like, what'd you say? I know. But when I became a realtor, like, I was like, how can I be different? Because in Phoenix, Arizona, like the market there, like you could literally step out of your front door, pick up a rock, and chuck it illiterate. Like it is the most saturated market of those I think probably have. It's like because the market actually is so low. But to be here requires hard ass work, you know? So everybody does it. Not everybody's great at it. But so when I became a realtor, my Instagram handle was the beatboxing agent because I thought I needed to, I needed to be flashy and catchy, and I needed to have this like image of like, oh, like somebody is gonna see this like that's cool. Maybe he'll still high house. Like, what was that picture? No, this is not my age. But I changed my handle to John Flynn, the realtor, because that's who I am. If I could add like husband and father in there too, I would. But I wanted to be catchy, but really I was trying to overcome fear with like a curtain, and instead of facing my phone. And part of the reason why I like bought my fear to say, oh, that was when I was in 4th, 5th grade. I teaching about sushi. You are going to be doing nothing in your life. The best job you'll ever have in your life is flipping hamburgers. I'll never forget that. And it like impacted me in such a deep way that like, dude, I got some baggage, man. Thank God for ChatGPT therapy and actual therapy. But why I'm here is because 2024, I was here and scared of shit. Wife, who was our main breadwinner for my entire life, being married to her, made all of the money, like did everything, allowed for us to have a great life. And a week before the conference, she got laid off and came to me after spending 12 years like in corporate America, getting laid off. I said, I'm done. Like, I've done this. You're a regular now. Like, you're no longer the beatboxing agent. Like, here you go, And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm going to man up. This is me. I'm going to do it, But I did it so scared. And I was here, and I'll never forget, like, Will Grimes and Matt King. And I'm just like breaking out crying because I was afraid of my recruiter agreements. I was afraid of the, roller coaster of emissions. I was afraid of just fear was like landlocking me. And in that moment, I was allowing it to like really just like pin me down, But I'm here because after 2024, getting home, after hearing Will Grimes speak and Matt King, I just wanted to work. And in 2025, I had doubled my business and a few. I finally made more money than my wife. My wife, she ended up, after giving stay-at-home mom life like 6 months, she decided she liked to work. So I was a stay-at-home dad for 6 years. So I'm like, see, it's hard. It's not fun. You go back to corporate America, okay? Because vacuuming and dealing with children it's a lot of work. But so that's how it was going through the evolving on Flynn, the realtor. You have just a lot of pressure, like we have pressure we put on ourselves to be to fit this mold, to be this high level earner, or you're in this room and like Will saying, I love what Aaron did. Will said, I only did 7. That is amazing. And you being here and you get up on that stage and being fearless is what's going to launch you, And so as I left the conference, I was like, oh man, I'm not Will. I'm not Matt King. I'm not Elliot. I'm just John Flynn. I was a stay-at-home dad for 6 years. But I thought of the word yes. Yes. The word yes allowed me to take the shame away, take the fear away, really allowed me to say, yet I am John Flynn, the realtor, not a 50+ deal a year agent yet. I am I am not a 1%er yet. Yet, the definition of yet is
Up until the present time is better than anything. If you can allow yourself to the dot,
this for yourself. The word yet, wherever you are in your career, you can help it shape where you're going to be, because you are not the finished product. You are the process.
the moment you realize that I'm not the finished product, I'm the process. It allows for you to, again,
Strip it down and realize that, yeah, I'm not where some of these guys are, but I can be if I'm willing to do the hard work that gets me to the finished product. But honestly, like, you can ask Bill and Elliot and even Aaron, like, they're not a finished product.
they're not finished product. They are still in the process. No matter where you're at, if you're a 7-figure agent, if you're a 50+ deal, if you're a
$1 million producing agent or a $10 million producing agent, every single person is in the process. And honestly, I think that we will be in the process until the day we take our last breath, because we are always growing and becoming different, changing. Once I stopped trying to
groove I had already liked, I finally started it. So I came out of that mastermind was like,
dude, Will and Aaron and Matt King got me fired up. I wanted to come back to Arizona and just work my fucking ass off. Okay. And
I did, but let me rewind 10 years. 10 years. 10 years, maybe 11 years.
I wanted to be a realtor 10, 12 years ago. But with where I was at in my life and the challenges my wife and I were facing, her dad was killed in a car accident. We had 3 young kids. We were just balancing a lot. But and I remember, I'll never forget, I went to her and I said, I want to become a realtor.
How were you gonna, again, the theater started to create that album, but really reality at that time, it didn't go the right time.
The seed was planted 10 years ago. The vision was there, the idea, and I knew I could do it. I was living in Modesto, California. We all know that Daniel Del Real is there. He's one of my really good friends. Being around Daniel, and seeing how he is like the king.
It is unreal. Like, everybody knows Daniel Del Real. And one of my best friends joined his team, and it was on his team, and I was seeing it.
I was like, man, this is like, 7 years ago. And I'm like, man, honey, I think I could do it. She's like, she just keeps climbing the corporate ladder. Her, she's very talented. It's just like the vision for her just did not fit it. And it, it's marriage. There's the ebb and flows. We all work together. I should have.
Yeah. So, living in Modesto.
What happened 5 years ago, 6 years ago? COVID was the changing point for my family, for my life, really. Tim Esteban, best friend, known him since I was 5. He also beatboxes, by the way, too. Yeah.
We'll set up a little. But he's a Phoenix. I lived in Phoenix for 19 till I was
26. He was in Phoenix. I was seeing what he left corporate America, went into real estate. I was seeing everything that was happening for him. And that was probably part of the seed that was planted 10 years ago. And I was seeing what he did, what he was doing, how he was growing, the life that he was living. He was fitting real estate and all of that, and had
this is insane, really healthy balance to the life. Oh my God. Go with this. Why do you miss a permit? Where are you?
We're moving to Arizona. She's like, what? No, I work for Gallo Winery, and I'm like, you got a permanent work remote agreement. Let's go. We're out. And we moved to East California. We we moved to East California, the Grand Canyon State. Little less green,
but you're wrong. That's good. That's just I was in Arizona. I figured about everybody's from down wants to Arizona. We're like, this is
right? Yeah, you're welcome from all the Californias. Yeah. Watching your comments are like is pure gold because like they think you were part of that problem. You're like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like yeah. And the seed that I
planted roots happening. The thing about me though is that when I have a very high amount of active. But
I get the green light, I go. Okay. It is like on like Donkey Kong. We moved to East California and within like a week, like my wife didn't even know this. Like within a week, I signed up for real estate school. And then I like signed up and I was like, hey honey, by the way, I
enrolled for real estate. That was my born vision. We went out here on the event tour by Tim, right? What do you want down there? Yeah.
Like, well, this is it. This is me. This is my time to launch myself and to do it. And I did it. But it was still in the nooks and crannies of life. I had my daughter, Genevieve, who is just a doll. She's an amazing kid. Still at home with me. I was still
studying, evenings, studying in the mornings, like still shit if you want to get out, do all that stuff. Full on down
at home life. But then I got licensed. I got licensed in like one of the craziest times to get licensed. I've only been an agent for like 4 years. I got licensed in 2022, I guess 2021. Came to the market,
getting this 2022, hot on the days, right? Like, we're beating this off of the 23 rates.
At the end of 2022, rates tank. And then my wife gets laid off and I find myself here and I am like scared out of my mind. But again, Will Grimes whispered in my ear. And that day I left, I adopted the I don't give a fuck attitude. And I think Matt Dick has that too. He is the don't fuck around.
And I didn't fuck around. I went all in. All in. What does all in look like? All in is all in on
all in on social media as much as I could. I'm still learning. All in on just connecting, just doing it all. Everything that I could do to produce business, I went all in on. And then after that, at that same time, as I was going all in, I started this winning team because that it's like you were talking about new agents and arrows. Need to find a place that they can have a lead source coming in. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to join a team. I was a solo agent. I wanted a lead source. I wanted to be around people and I love it. I'm still there. And it's this. And then at the end of 2025, I won Team Player of the Year.
And it was two. It was the habits
that I built, and kind of these are the 6 habits that help me to overcome myself, to then apply the structure that I gained from the legacy real estate team. So 6 habits: believing in myself, be myself.
You don't need to be some first on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. It's not you. Like, be John Flynn.
Be who you are. Don't be fake. Be real. And just be yourself. And be vulnerable. Like, if I wasn't here with Aaron at that Real Estate Rockstars event and I didn't, like, cry, I don't think that weekend allowed, like, the vulnerability, like
Barbara was like, thank you for being vulnerable. Like, when you become vulnerable, it just allows for
you to just grow, ask for help. This is how I found my team. And my team has an insane structure around the team. The structure is all in on everything. I am on a Zoom call Monday through Friday every day.
I'm on the ball. Yes. Every person on my team is invited. Only like 6 people to go out.
There's 111 people on my team. Only 6 people show up. And we get on that call and we talk about our wins. We talk about what went wrong. And then we pump each other up, and then we go hit the phones. And we hit the phones Monday through Friday, 9 to 12. We time block that so that you're not like,
my wife knows now that like from 9 to answer, like if it's 9 to 12, like I'm not scheduling out. I'm not being
on the puppy to the vet. I'm focused. I'm focused on doing what's going to build me my business, which is prospecting. Because honestly, like if we're not out there working, like if you're not mastering social media and getting leads from that, like what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? How are you
building your business? And that is really lost in the phone. Like the phone is your heartbeat to finding deals.
There's other obviously sources, but like open houses, even you go to an open, like I've committed this year. I'm at an open house Saturday and Sunday. Always. I go to church on Sunday. I leave my family, take a separate car, go to an open house. I'm hosting for every weekend, 1 to 3 every weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
I get leads from that. Phone numbers. I'm averaging like 80 new leads a week from my own business.
But what do I have to do? I have to call those those leads. So those fall now into my 9 to 12 Monday through Friday. So like it is again back to the phone. That is the heartbeat. But this probably right here is probably one of the most important things.
Master for the ways. Understanding that like we are like you can't be strong if you can't overcome challenges.
Like you have to be resilient in life. You have to face your problems head on. You have to overcome. You have to beat it. And oftentimes you can master resilience through reps under pressure. So you put yourself in hard spots. You commit to a 9 to 12
time log was calling. You commit to whatever it is, and you just do it. And it's those reps are reps that help you.
You overcome your mental blocks, your fear, whatever it might be, and then reinvest in my business. Last year, I decided to like invest a bunch of money in a videographer and my content, and I'm doing that again. And that
also was like Ravens too, because it made that probably credibility. I was able to show these my small level. I am not afraid to be
in front of the camera. As Chris says, I like to talk, you know. But these habits create an identity, and the identity around these habits are what create your results. If you don't have these habits, if you don't master resilience,
if you're not committed to asking for help and then finding help, building the structure around that is given to you, because we're going to leave this week with all this shit. And sorry, I'm going over. And we're gonna leave this week. And are you gonna go and apply it, or are you gonna go home and forget about it? You know. I kind of talked about that. Okay. There you are, Peter. There you are, Peter. One of my favorite things in the video. It's like you know, like he's sitting there. He's with the Lost Boys. He is like, you know, like tripping out. You know, like what the hell is going on? Like these kids are all eating, and I don't see it. But then he discovers himself. He finds himself, and then he finds his joy. But he found his passion, and he discovered Peter. There you are, Peter. I was like, there you are, John Flynn. But it's through this where, yeah, understanding that you're not there yet, that you're the process,
not the finished product. And then I'm going to end with a inspirational quote. Okay. My daughter, we were playing spoons. Okay. And the quote is from my daughter. She's very inspirational.
Somebody said, like, be about it. You know, like, be about with her about it. And she, like, it's not that. She was like, do about it. Now, we've like, now we don't even say
about it. We say do about it, because do about it is for us our motto for like doing what you say you're going to do. So do about it. So whatever it is that you say you're going to do it, because ain't nobody else gonna do it for you.
nobody's picking your ass up off the ground. Nobody really cares. Nobody really cares. Like, it's on you.
You have to take charge and believe in yourself and do it. And I think that, so now it's your turn. Like, if you can write down maybe 5 habits, or just think 5 habits of something that you might want to implement after this week that you can add into your business. And if you
Find some of those habits that you're falling short on or whatever, just add the word yes to it. Just add and remove any of that.
the part that you're falling short on, you know, and then build a structure, master it, and just follow through on it. Thanks, guys.
Guys, these are the moments that why we did it. I got so emotional. Theory, application, back pain, part of his talking on his Saturday.
Just remember, and when that came up on your thing, like you saw, I mean, it's like the big pump of the fist of like, wow, like
It's that 1%, you know, like that. I'm telling you, like, it makes me emotional, because that, between Matt and, Will, it was
He likes you, you know, and like that word as suddenly from like every day. So, like,
yeah, like I haven't got my way out of this hole yet. Like whatever, like any of those challenges, adding that spin to it and having the understanding of that. How many deals did you do last year?
17, wholesaled 2. I went from, like the year prior to last year, I made like 56,000. Last year I cleared just over 200.
oh, I bought my first investment property that I had it.
Designed myself, and that's on the market for 1.3 million. I just bought at the end of 2025. I bought another one for 540,000 and putting 320 into it. And I'm going to sell that for like 1.8 million. So,
Do you remember last year when you called or texted me and said you were canceling coming to the mastermind?
yeah.
You said you like a week ahead.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, like he's like, hey, you're not what enough.
oh yes, yeah, on that, yeah, because
When my wife got laid off, like I just didn't know what to do, you know, like I didn't know what to do. Like I like our whole life was built around like helping her career, you know, and that steady check just like disappeared. And,
and it's like so severe. And so the first thing I had to go for myself was myself. I have the problem of not
myself first. And through the past couple of years of like my personal growth, I've learned to put myself ahead of, I'm such a servant, you know, I care probably too much for my wife and kids that I put myself on the back burner. But I think
It's important to have that live. I mean, this is what's happening here. I'm from home, reading my own day, you still sit out.
Right? Like if you need your money back, like you still need to be in the room. And then at the end of the event, you wouldn't let me send you the money back. You're like, no, like I need to do it. But it was like that. You meant so much to me that I was like, no, you still need this. So like, don't let money be that thing. And then to see your year take off, amazing. You're 9 to 12 dialing. So like 3 hours a day, you were outbound.
So,
like you're on a team, you have 111 meetings hours in. We have thousands of leads, and
The team's been a team for like 10 years. We're the number one or top 10 team with EXP across the US. We're probably one of the number one teams in the state of Arizona as far as volume, units and volume. But what we've discovered is that you need to have a minimum
of 30 to 2-minute conversations that will be worth to. So the goal is from 9 to 12, you want to have this many 2-minute conversations.
So when you have that 2-minute conversation, the other thing that we also learned is that 5%, maybe just a little bit less, of agents that have those 2-minute or have a conversation or have a meeting don't schedule another meeting after the meeting.
There's no like design. So you have as many 2-minute conversations as possible. 32 2-minute conversation will likely convert
into a deal. And then always end your call with the next step, a clear step for your client. End the call. I'm going to call you on Wednesday, or great, I'm going to call you in 3 months. Understanding of where they're at and then setting the follow-up meeting.
So, who was here at the offer when John got out at the end, the Brad was like 2 years old?
Just remember that moment as he was reading his big goal, but then that's when I yelled out "crybaby." That's when he like totally like broke down into tears as he was imagining what that might be like if it was true. It's only 2 years ago. Have you read it recently?
No, but I will tell you this: that do you remember what it was?
I remember some.
Yeah. But I last week when I heard of the guy Stephen Eddings at DW,
Rick Ruth was there also, and he was talking about life or whatever you do. Okay, that simple choice, a snap of a finger, can change your life. Whatever you do,
it's one choice. It can take you struggle. The moment you decide to do something, you can do it. So like
honestly, like you're inspiring. Like Tim, my I've known him for a long time. Like he's really inspiring. But having people in your corner, being vulnerable and sharing your struggles, allow for like people to help uplift you. Yeah.
I don't want to hog the Q&A, but I'm just.
But I know it's you do the one that you said in visualization. Is that I'm going to also
You can keep my relationship.
Yeah.
And that was 2 years ago when you had zero income, and now 2 years later you just clipped over 260. Like that was some of that was like some of that 5-year vision that you've done in like less than 2 years. So that's amazing. But I'd love to, I can't keep hogging it. I'd love to open up for any other questions you guys have for John.
Yeah.
I think you wanted to be in Arizona. So I know you
But I know you wanted to go to Arizona. Was that strategic and like price point? Was it because I think Tim is in that market? Was it proximity of the team? What was the strategy?
I mean, it was like I loved what Modesto was for me, you know. I know that there were a couple other guys from like that. Yeah, you're from Turco.
Yeah. I tell you, Modesto psychology
it's a great place, but like for me, I didn't see the vision for myself and my kids to be what I wanted it to be, and I knew that I could have it be different. And I also had somewhat of a community, and it was to like really learn from Tim, you know. Yeah. So I'm in so like the East Valley. So if you took
you're lying and it went more south, the east of it. Y'all line fan wrap, east of that.
that's my market. So I'm in Gilbert Mesa, Queen Creek area. Yeah.
Other questions for John?
I gotta say, just there's so many things that are going through my mind. By the way, Tim Estebanum in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Can you beatbox?
Oh, you want to go a little bit more?
Are you going to do so? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, do it.
But
You guys
he
friends
taught
with him?
me how to beatbox. He's amazing.
Playing
Um,
golf.
I just wanted to say in front of everybody, I mean, I always tell you this, bro, but looking back on that day where you broke down in front of everybody and look where you're at now, I mean, just killing it, bro. So proud of you. So proud of you. And just, I'm going to go for you. I know what you've been through and just going through that fear and just knocking down those walls and literally leaving from this community in 2022 or after the Real Estate Rockstars, you went back and just like hustled, bro. Like you were like getting camera equipment and like just doing these videos and like piecing them together and spending hours and hours of this content, like YouTube stuff. And I was like, dude, this guy's so anyways, really proud of you, dude. So